We're here at PrepperCon 2017. This is Chris Weatherman. And for those of you who don't know, Chris is the author of the Survivalist series books, and he was also on a season of History Channel's Alone. So we're super stoked to have him here with us. So, first of all, Chris, how's it been going today at PrepperCon?
Good. It's a good
Good?
crowd here. Yeah, it's a very nice show compared to some of the other ones I've done in the past. They're putting on a really good show.
That's awesome to hear. That's
Yeah.
what we love to hear. So I just kind of want to dive right in and talk about, obviously, you're a great author. We've heard lots of good things about your books. And so kind of in the PrepperCon arena, what would you say are two or three skills that you think would be valuable in a scenario kind of like your book, the scenarios you present in your
Just
books?
two or three, Lord. There's lots of skills. We have a lot of what we call hard skills that people are forgetting today.
Yeah.
And a big part of this is trying to maintain those skills, keep that thing alive. Here at PrepperCon, you can buy everything. I mean, food stores, water, medical, self-defense stuff, everything in the world you need. But having the knowledge to go with those is far more important than having the stuff. Like, me and my buddy Alan Kay, who's up there talking right now, we talk about people go out and buy a $3,000 rifle. They don't need a $3,000 rifle. They need a $700 rifle and $1,000 worth of training, and it'll save money, and there'll be money ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
So all sorts of skills. I'm a big fan of the Foxfire series of books. Have you ever seen those?
I have not. I'll have to check them out.
They're old skill Appalachian books that were wrote by the university up in the Appalachian Mountains. And they cover everything from scalding a hog and butchering it
Wow.
to gardening by the phases of the moon.
That's so cool.
That should be in everybody's library, in my opinion, because if something bad happens, if it's bad enough, I don't care how much stuff you've stored, and I have stored a lot, it could run out. Mm-hmm. And what are you going to do then? Like I was just talking with somebody a minute ago about, toilet paper, for instance. We all want it. What are you going to do when it runs out? How are you going to handle it?
Good question.
And we all got to do it, so it's something you need to think about.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I put in my books, the
That's
alternatives.
awesome. Yeah.
Skills, knowledge is stuff that I preach about a lot. Everybody needs to be learning more. I mean, spending money and buying stuff's great, but it is not a substitute for hard skills. Picking one or two, to me, is tough.
Yeah.
Because they're all important. They're all important. Growing your own food is going to be one of the primary ones.
Yeah.
And just because you got a bucket full of seeds put away, that don't make you a gardener. Just like holding a paintbrush doesn't make you a painter.
Yep.
You need to know how to do this
nurture them
ahead of time. Dogs. Everybody knows how much I like dogs. But gardening's one that I'm real big on. Being able to produce your own food and livestock too.
Yeah.
If you want to be self-sufficient, you've got to have your proteins. You've got to be able to grow your own vegetables.
Yep.
But if you're going to have livestock, you better have plans to feed them for when your feed runs out.
Yep.
Same thing. You got to take care of them. Just got to take care of you. So
back to the basics. A little bit.
And it all goes back to the basics.
Yeah.
Every time.
Awesome.
So get back to those fundamental hard skills. Learn those, and start learning those before you start spending money too. You'll make wiser purchases.
You heard it right here. Back to the basics, you guys. Alrighty, so now we kind of talked about that a little bit. Obviously you were on the show Alone on the History Channel.
Yeah, for a minute, yep.
Yeah. So, hey, it was awesome. We loved it. We were actually watching some of it yesterday in our office while we were getting ready.
I loved it too, and I love the History Channel. And I really like the show Alone because of the survival shows. It's legit. Everybody's like, and some of the other survival guys, it's kind of disappointing that some of the big names in the industry are calling it fake and saying it's not. Well, I was there. It is. It's legit.
It's real.
It's real. And it's a great show. You guys should talk to Alan. If you like it Alone, you should get him over here. And Nicole, too. Get them two over here.
Yeah, we've got them on our schedule for later today.
Awesome people. Alan's a very good friend of mine. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So on that, on that TV show, for those of you who don't know, the contestants are only allowed to bring 10 items with them. So we were wondering, what 10 items did you bring with you? And are there things that you wish you would have brought instead?
Yeah, there are. I mean, I brought basic stuff. I brought, axe, a knife, sleeping bag, metal cook pot, metal water bottle. I'm trying to remember that. I brought a takedown bow and arrow. I brought a fishing kit. I brought a knife sharpener and an axe. Gotcha. And a knife. Did I say knife? So that was basically my 10 items. And everybody laughed at me for bringing a knife sharpener. Well, I live in Florida.
Yeah.
We don't have rocks in Florida. You're not going to wander around like out here,
Yeah.
pick up a rock or find a piece of soapstone to sharpen your knife
on
with.
that, yeah.
I was out of my element up there. So I'm like, I'm taking this because that's an essential part of my
Yeah.
kit. In Florida, sharp blades, very important. I don't care where you are.
Yeah.
There's no way to sharpen it up there. So, well, out there. So I would have ditched that for something else probably, and
Yeah.
I would have left the bow at home and took a gill net probably.
Okay. Awesome.
But with my bow, I was the only guy that brought fishing arrows. I was
Yeah.
planning on shooting fish with the bow.
Yeah.
And ducks on the water
I
was the other primary reason because
Yeah.
there were waterfowl everywhere.
Yeah.
But they're
out in
always just a little
Vancouver
too far
Island.
away.
Yeah.
But with a fishing arrow, I could have got them back
You
to me.
could have got him.
So
That's awesome. Good to hear. Well, we just have one more question for you, Chris.
Sure.
So, obviously we're from Survival Medical. Our founder is John J.R. Roberts.
Good guy.
So we want to know whose beard is better, in your opinion, your beard or John's beard?
oh, John's a baby beard. That's not a beard. It's
Yeah,
John
look at
has
this. This is
beard
awesome.
seeds.
Beard
This is a
seeds.
beard. He'll
That's
get there
awesome.
though. He'll get there. But I
Well-
love Survivor Medical. That's what's in my wife's kit. I have one of your kits in the door of my truck. Because
Awesome.
the way you guys are
Same,
doing
me
it,
too.
nobody else is doing it that way yet. And medical kits are awesome. Everybody needs to have one. But if you don't have a waterproof kit and you just got one of these, nothing wrong with Adventure Medical. I love their stuff too. But you take one of those and stuff it in your ruck and you spend a week in the field and you're going to get wet. You're going to
Yep.
get soaked. Everything in there is going to get wet and get soaked.
Yeah.
And it's compromised now.
He speaks
So,
the truth.
It's having that stuff in a Mylar bag that is waterproof and resealable is awesome. That's what I go with now. That's what I use.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear. Thank you so much, Chris. It was so nice to talk
Thank
to
you.
Thank you for your
nice
time.
to
I
see
really
you guys.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. Come out to
Alrighty.
PrepperCon, guys. It's a
Yep.
good show.
Awesome.